Hey everybody, Happy New Year. Sorry my voice is gone, but it's a new year. We want to talk about stocks again. And today I want to talk about a bunch of stocks that I've invested into and I'm starting to invest into just so we can get a feel of what's going on. If you didn't notice, there was a big sale of stocks going on throughout the month of December, which was tremendous and a big loss for a lot of people, but you know, it can turn into a gain if you invest at the right time. And you know, the stocks today are going up. We'll see what it shows tomorrow, but today they're going up, and it's going to be a nice time to maybe start putting some money back into the stock market. So there's two biotech stocks that I invested into a little bit heavier because of the prices being lower. And then the rest of the stocks or dividend stocks that I want to talk about a little bit. Since there's 7 stocks, I'll just talk very briefly on each one and give you my idea of what I think is going on there. So first of all, biotech stocks. The two that I invested into, I put more money into them because I do think they're still going to be beneficial. There's been no new changes, no new information. The stock prices decreased just because everything went down recently. However, because there's been no new changes, the medications are still working very good. The studies are still on progress and they're still going on. You're going to see hopefully some benefits from these stocks in maybe about a year and a half, hopefully, if things go as they believe they will go. And I think that the price over 2019 will start to increase throughout the year. So the two stocks are BEPMX, first of all, biopharmacs, which of course uses a minocycline gel in an aqueous formation, and it has been very effective in the studies that they've been doing thus far. And they're still working on it, and they're still progressing on these studies. One is in phase 3, one is in phase 2. Hopefully, early this year, they get into phase 3 on the last study on the acne part. And hopefully from there, we'll start seeing some great benefit from that stock. I may, because the price fluctuates quite a bit on that. It's gone up to 34 cents, now down to like 8, now back to 11 at this time. You know, you can play around. If you have enough stocks there, you can maybe sell some when it reaches a good high level, expecting it to come back down again, and then buy in again one more time to start making some profit off of it, if you look at it that way. I usually don't do that. I usually just leave it in, and I'm just waiting for things to get approved and then go from there. However, there is money to be made if you do it the other way and start selling some as the price goes up, and then just wait for it to come back down again. But I think hopefully they'll get back up to about 20 cents, hopefully sometime, hopefully by June or July. That way we can start seeing some profits come in, and by then some studies will more than likely be done, and we'll see where it goes from there. The next company is SCYX, which is Synexis, and they deal with yeast infections. And the medication that they have, which I discussed in a previous video, is very effective against some of the resistant strains of yeast. And so it's going to be very beneficial. I believe they give it both IV and oral, and they're going to try to do it as a monthly pill where it can prevent yeast infections as well. So I see great benefit on that medication as well. I think all the analysts that I saw, at least on Robinhood, say buy at 100%. And it is a company that I think is going to do very, very good. I think this medication is going to do well. I see myself prescribing it quite often. And hopefully, you know, we'll see. Again, this one will also be, give it a couple of years. So right now at the price it's at, I think it's at 54 cents, 55 cents, in that range. It's a pretty good price to buy in. Of course, you know, we never know if the prices are going to go up or down, but it seems like a decent price to jump in at this time. and with any extra cash that you have, just put it in there and see how it goes with that one. I think it's going to do very good, and if we get updates on the studies and things like that, then I'll definitely post some videos on that as well. So those were the two biotech stocks that we kind of increased. But now let's talk about the other stocks. The other stocks, I'm trying to get into dividend stocks more and more, little by little, so that we can kind of make sure that we see some profits coming our way over the years and every 3 months. I haven't bought any stocks that give me monthly dividend, but quarterly dividend, definitely we're trying to get more of those. Two of them I've talked about before, and let's talk about NRZ first, New Residential Investment. It's a REIT. It's at right now at $14.35, which is very, very good. It had been running about $17 or $18. Now the nice thing about this one, it does pay 50 cents per quarter per share, and it's making more profit than that per share, so it's doing very well. I like it because it's not only a REIT, but it's also it has money coming in from other revenues, as we've discussed in some previous videos as well. So there's a lot of benefit to this company. Again, the analysts definitely agree with the buy on this one. I like it because it is growing. They're kind of investing more, and they do a very nice job. So far, so good with this company. And I think it's going to keep on growing, and I think it's going to keep on doing very good. So this is one that I think you should take a look at and see what you think about increasing, because the price went down so much on this one, from 18 to 17, now down to 14. It even went down to I think 14, or right under 14. It was a great time to buy. It's still a great time to buy right now at this price. I think it's just going to keep on increasing and going up. And at 50 cents per share per quarter, I think you're going to be doing very good as far as making your dividend and making some profit that you can then invest into other companies if you want to. Now let's talk about 3 other ones that I just invested into. A very small amount, but I will increase these as I see fit over the next months. First of all is Disney, because they own the world basically, and so they're paying 88 cents per quarter per share. The stock price is at 108.67 right now, but that's pretty low for Disney at this point. So I think that it's going to be a good investment. Disney keeps on growing. They opened up new parks, I believe, in Shanghai, and I think that it will keep on going in the right direction, and they keep on growing and growing. So that's a great company to invest into, maybe a little bit more later on. I don't usually invest into the stocks that cost so much, even though there's great benefit because their value goes up quite quickly. But as you could see, over November, December, they can drop quite quickly as well. So when you're investing into stocks that are costing $100, $150 per share, you could lose. If you lose 50% on that one, you're going to lose a lot of money, $50, $70 per share, as opposed to NRZ, where if you lose 50% of your profits, you lose $7 per share, which is not a big deal. But anyway, so Disney is the first one. The next one is Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola is currently trading at, let's see, $46.92, and it's giving 39 cents per quarter per share. Now both Disney and Coca-Cola have been increasing their dividend over the years, and so that's another thing I like about these, that they are increasing their dividend every single year. Next is Holly Energy Partners. It goes by HEP, and that is currently trading at $28.80, something like that, and it's giving 66.5 cents per share as well, and that's per quarter. So that's also an energy company. It's doing well. I kind of on that one, I'm not too sure I'm going to keep on investing more. Definitely Disney and Coca-Cola, I will little by little, depending on the price, and if it goes lower than what I bought it at, I'll definitely invest more. This last one, I may or may not. I'm not too sure yet. Now, the last thing I want to discuss is Cypress Semiconductor. And let's go into that just a little bit more. So Cypress Semiconductor, CY, is currently trading about at $12.96 per share. They give 11 cents dividend per quarter per share. And they are very big in the Internet of Things. Now they've increased in their automotive advanced driver assistance systems. And you know that's going to be a very profitable business by itself. Now the connectivity that it offers is also compatible with Alibaba, and so therefore that opens the doors to other developers to be able to develop and design products off their chips as well. Now the company is growing and it has a forward dividend yield of 3.6%. I kind of like this company quite a bit to keep on growing. I love the price right now. I think the price is awesome. As far as getting in at $12.96, if you can get under $13, that's awesome. I mean, I think I was buying at some time even at $15 or $16 a share. Right now at $12.96, I want to buy more. The only reason I haven't bought any more right now at this point is because I've been investing more money into NRZ as well, the new residential, because of the dividend. Even though 11 cents per share is good, it's very hard to say 50 cents per share is bad, you know, so we kind of go that route. But I do have a lot of shares in CY. I do want to increase my amount of shares here as soon as I can. But there's other things that may pop up as far as other investments and other dividend stocks that may pop up that may look good also. But CY I think is going to grow big, and I think it's going to keep on growing. I always like hearing the news about CY because it's always very positive. The analysts are always saying to buy this stock, and if you look at the company itself, I mean, it's making profit, it's growing, and I think that's all you can ask for in a company. They're doing great, and I think that hopefully we'll all do great if we invest into some of these companies. If you have other companies and other dividend stocks that you would like to talk about, let me know, because I really want to learn about other stocks that are out there and see if they're worth investing into and see how they compare to these. Or if you don't like these stocks, let me know also, because I think it's important to get ideas and from everybody out there, and that way we can all share and learn from each other. Other than that, I think those are the 7 stocks that I wanted to talk about today. I gave you just very, very briefly, you know, what I bought and why I bought it, but we may get into more detail on some of these as time goes on. Some of these are almost like you don't really have to say much about it other than Disney, Coca-Cola. You know those are great stocks, and they'll probably do very, very good. CY and NRZ, sometimes, you know, people are afraid to invest into these companies, but the more and more I look into them, the more and more I like these companies as well. And of course you get your biotech stocks, which would be BEPMX and SCYX, and those companies, the medications are I mean, they're awesome. I mean, you can look at them and they're very good, and I think I'm going to do well with those, and I think you're going to do well with those. Again, I'm not an analyst, I'm not a professional. However, these are the stocks I like, and I hope you like them too, man. You all have a great 2019. I'll be talking to you later and about more stocks, and we'll talk about other stuff also. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.